Here giving you a brief tutorial on how to use Inspiration 8 for your Modern Dance Family Tree assignment. As we had gone over in class, I am going to show you how to open up Inspiration 8 and navigate through the basic steps of building bubbles, connecting links, and adding photos, and lastly, how to save your project. After you log on to your student account, please go to the Finder application, click the left tab, Applications, and scroll to find Inspiration 8. Don't be worried if sometimes the program takes a little while to load. Once the pop-up window appears, you can either choose to click Diagram to start a new project or click the Open File button to open an existing project and keep working. I'll first show you how to create a new diagram. As you see in the center, we have our first bubble. In the bubble, you can highlight the text and add new text. You can change the size and font of the text by highlighting the text and going to the bottom toolbar and changing the size or font. As we have practiced in class, you can add new bubbles to your worksheet by pressing the Create button, which will either be on the bottom or top, sometimes on your toolbar. I pressed Create to make a new bubble. I suggest that while working, you create bubbles for each of the 20 pioneers that will be in your Modern Dance Family Tree. You'll notice that if you've selected a previous bubble and pressed Create, it will automatically link. If you did that by accident, you can simply just delete the link and delete the bubble. I want to make a new bubble that has the title for our project and change the font to be larger, to be the Modern Dance Family. You can change the size and shape of your bubbles just as I had by grabbing the diagonal corners, just like scaling a picture would be. You can also change the shape of a bubble by going to this floating toolbar to your left and changing it to different basic shapes or quotes or sizes. You can also change the color of your bubbles by going to the most bottom toolbar and clicking these two little colored tabs. The first one that you see will change the inside color of a bubble. Let's choose a nice bright blue. And the second tab will change the border color. Let's pick a magenta. Wonderful. I suggest that when working, you work first to get in your information and then work on adjusting and changing the layout and the font and the color to what you wish it to be. Here I have two examples, Ted Shawn and Ruth St. Denis. Through your research, you should be able to determine which modern dance artists link to one another. We know from our class lecture that Ted Shawn and Ruth St. Denis married one another and they created the Denishawn School together. So in my Modern Dance Family Tree, I may choose to create a bubble for Denishawn. Let's just quickly change the font. To make it a little bit more viewable. Good. To demonstrate their connection, I want to do what's called drawing a link. To create a link between the bubbles, you need to select a bubble, press the link button, and then automatically a stringing link will step out. From there, you want to take the string and hold it over the bubble that you wish to connect to. So I want to connect this to Denishan. As you can see, as I move around the circle, you can choose which different points this line connects to. I personally like to connect it to the center because I think it looks more clean and even. So I tap, and there it is connected. Then you can untap the link button to make sure that you're not adding any extraneous links. I also want to connect Ruth St. Denis to Denishan, so I will do the same process. Select her bubble, press the link button, and then connect the link to Denishan. To make your modern dance family tree a little bit more appealing, you may choose to connect all the pioneers that you will have to a top title bar like I have here for the modern dance family tree. I'll just demonstrate how to do that. And then another link. And there you go. Obviously, as you have more bubbles with the names of the pioneers, you'll have more connections in between one another. Use the groupings that I gave you on the Modern Dance Family Tree assignment page to help you start to understand the different generations in which these artists fall. Group 1 is generally the oldest generation, the oldest pioneers of modern dance, and Group 4 is the most contemporary. The next thing that I'd like to show you is how to add a photo to your assignment. I'm just going to drag this down off my desktop so I can try to find the JPEGs that I've dragged here. To add a photo, you can take just your file from the desktop, drag it, and move it on to the project. You can either choose just to drop it in plain space, leaving it disconnected to anything, or you can delete that and add the photo on top of a bubble. When you hold it over the bubble, the little square box will appear showing that it is selected, and you drop it in. You'll notice that when you drop in photos, typically they become a lot bigger than you expect them to be, so just rescale them like you would with any other photo. When you add a photo in place of your bubble, it will take away the bubble, but it'll always keep the text that you have. So don't worry, you won't be losing any information. Lastly, in this demonstration, I'd like to show you how to write on a link. So earlier we talked about how Ted Shawn and Ruth St. Denis were married. If you wish, you can make a link between the two of them to demonstrate their connection, and then you can also write on that link and say married, or however they would have connected. This text can also change in its size, just like we had done before. There you go. Next thing I want to do is show you just how to save your project so that you can come back and work on it. You want to go to File, Save As, and you can name this in your documents. I'm going to name this Modern Dance Fam Tree Demo, and save it. That way, when you want to return and open a file, you can. I'm going to go ahead and open up a more completed version of the Modern Dance Family Tree to give you an idea of how it should look. I'm going to go to my desktop. Here we go. As you see here, I have started to connect more of the pioneers to one another. This is just a self-designed web that I've created. and you can choose to leave it in the scattered web format, or you can use the Arrange tool. The Arrange tool will help you neatly arrange your web in 3 different styles: tree, web, split tree, or more. You can click the Arrange button on your bottom toolbar and choose which type you'd like to use. I personally prefer the tree because I think it looks most logical. And there we go. It cleans up the lines and makes right angles for me. Pretty neat, huh? All right. The last and final thing that I want to show you is how to submit your assignment. To submit the assignment, you need to complete 2 tasks. You need to hand in a color printed out copy of your Modern Dance Family Tree and submit a PDF to the assignment on Edmodo. To print your assignment, you'll go up to File, you'll scroll down to print, and you want to make sure that you choose the 1 page per sheet layout. You'll just send this to the printer, and you can use the color printer in the media center. Secondly, what you need to do is create a PDF for me. This is very important because when you print out the whole Inspiration Family Tree, everything gets shrunken to fit on the page, so your text becomes very tiny. I cannot grade your assignment unless I'm able to zoom in on the PDF and read the information that you've included. To create your PDF, go up to File, go down again to Print. Then on the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see a tab that says PDF. From the PDF drop-down menu, you'll select Save as a PDF, and I will save this as Modern Dance Family Tree Demo PDF. Save. You can return to your documents to look at the PDF that you've created, and you can see using your computer function that the grader will be able to zoom in and out to read all the intricate text that you've included. That finishes our demo on how to use Inspiration 8 and submit your Modern Dance Family Tree. Please feel free to contact me if you have any additional questions at my email, miss.z.unioncityhs@gmail.com. Have a good weekend, everyone.